What is up, everybody? We're starting a new game, and I current events of my life. I just ran a marathon a couple days ago, and it's been a couple days, and I am still in a tremendous amount of discomfort. It's getting better, but you know, I after all the work it took to train for it and then do it, I want to just sit and relax. So we're gonna play Powerwasher Simulator. I played this before, but now we're gonna do it on stream. Not stream. On recording. I don't really stream a whole lot anymore, like at all, because it's just hard to be consistent with all that kind of stuff. But we're gonna do some cleaning of some stuff, and it's gonna be a good time. And I did absolutely 100% purchase the SpongeBob DLC, and normally it would make most sense for us to sit down and do the standard career first, but because I'm in a mood to do exactly what I feel like doing at exactly when I feel like doing it, we're going to do SpongeBob because that just sounds like the most fun, relaxing thing in the world. So we're going to absolutely dive into the SpongeBob stuff. Like, that's just how it's going to go down. There's nothing else about it. I don't even remember how to play this game, but we'll figure it out. We're absolutely going to do this. Oh, man. Oh, sweet. Does it even have... It's got, like, SpongeBob themed stuff. That is awesome. It is a power washer. Boy, are we glad you're here. We all woke up this morning to find our houses completely covered in dirt, and none of us can figure out how. Absolutely nothing happened. Should I be saying this? Oh, wait. I should probably be saying this as SpongeBob. We all woke up this morning to find our houses completely covered in dirt, and none of us could figure out how. My SpongeBob is not a particularly good one. Absolutely nothing happened last night except for the surprise birthday party for my pet snail Gary. It was amazing. Everyone showed up, even the two worms from Rock Bottom, and the sea monkeys and Dennis. We probably made the most mess by anyone ever. But we definitely cleaned up afterwards. Or did I fall asleep and dream that bit? Anyway, our neighbor Squidward blames us. He says that if his house isn't clean by the time he gets home from making comedy history at the gala, then he'll do something that we'll all regret. If you can clean all three, we'll give you all the Krabby Patties you can eat. I'm sure Mr. Krabs won't mind. Maybe. The script does not feel like a particularly SpongeBob spoken script, but that's fine. I admit that it's been years since I've kept up with new SpongeBob episodes, so I don't know what current SpongeBob trends are. Those are just all the details. And the massages that we don't have any yet. Alright, let's do this. My gosh, we do have a SpongeBob themed everything. Oh my gosh, look at the like the cell shading they did for that. Solid design choice. Okay. Let me see here. I might need to adjust volumes. Hold up. Give me just a hot siggity second here. See here. Seems like it's gonna be better, maybe. I think the problem with this, or the potential problem here, is that this is gonna be a very monotonous sort of noise. Okay, this is already actually coming back to me from when I've played it in the past. Switch the nozzle. Oh yeah, we do have nozzles. Cleaner turbo nozzle. Oh, that's the little spinny do one. And then these are just wider degrees. I always feel like, depending on what exactly you're cleaning, there's like a sweet spot in terms of how wide to get it. Gotta let myself get into the zone here. This game is definitely like peak relaxation game. At least if you ask me, it is. Like, it requires absolutely no thought. Hold on, what's crouch? Oh wait, hold on. Left control, change stance. There it is. Huh. Spaces to jump. Whee! Ah! Wait. Does each panel? Oh my gosh, each panel is going to be its own thing? That's insane. Oh my gosh, that's absolutely insane. Okay. Boy. Oh, yep. It really is. It's going to do it like that, where each panel is its own thing. Okay, I need to use this one. The feels like that other one is not doing a significant or a sufficient job cleaning. This game really is a good zone out game. We'll see. I feel like this game is going to be a real test of my commentary abilities here. Like, if I can manage to think of random crap to say while I'm playing this game, then that'll be great, because there's not going to be a whole lot to discuss about the game as we're going. Like, yeah, we're spraying and cleaning. Which, like, it doesn't have to be the worst thing in the world. Oh, tab shows the dirt? Oh, that's right, yeah. Ugh. Oh, there's a lot that... Alright. But yeah, it's like, it doesn't have to be the worst in the world, but I feel like... No. I guess if people... I was just gonna say, I feel like people won't like just watching this without noise, but, you know, without me doing commentary, just watching this, people, like, you would think that people wouldn't want that a whole lot, but actually, now that I think about it, there really is, actually a really huge market for that type of Zen content. Like, people will absolutely watch just, like, simple, basic stuff that has... Hold on. Hold on. Wait for it. Usually two. Ah! Nope, there was not two. Oh, geez, it's a toggle. Rotate this. There we go. Look at the underside of this thing. There we go. Okay. I love this game, man. This game is so much fun. Just so satisfying. I'm gonna go and get, like, all around this sort of lower layer, and then we'll get the scaffolding to get everything up. I have to decide. I haven't even thought, like, this is how unprepared I am for everything that I do with, like, recording and stuff. I haven't even decided if I'm going to do this all as, like each location is just one big episode, or if I'm going to stick to, like, the half-hour episode format. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm sure there's a correct answer as far as, like, you know, gaming the algorithms and stuff goes, but I've never been a particularly focused individual when it comes to that kind of stuff. I don't care. I'm not in it for trying to be famous. In fact, the more I see of, like, this drama that constantly seems to follow people that utilize Twitch and YouTube for a living, and how quickly it can all just, like, go away. It's, like, just so uninteresting to me to try and have that be what my main career is. You know, maybe that's just the fact that I've had a stable job for many years at this point in time talking. But it's like, oh, I can, you know, have my paychecks be coming from a stable position with, you know, consistent pay and benefits and everything. Or I can have it be at the whims of whether or not people are interested in what I'm doing on any given day. Well, seems like an obvious choice to me, but I don't know, I suppose that's just kind of a personal thing, isn't it? Because a million people that would look at what I do every day for a living, think, man, how can you stand to sit at that desk all day, every day? Well, you just kind of do. Oh, am I supposed to clean the walkway too? Good lord. Okay, well, we got the door and the handle, I guess you'd call it. Counts as a handle. Yeah, there's plenty of people that probably would look at my career and think, ugh, that looks miserable. And, like, I wouldn't fault them for that. Everyone's got their own balance to find, yo. That's part of life, is figuring out what your balance is and how you want to live it. And apparently I've chosen to do mine with working a pretty standard office type job, but in exchange for, decent quality of living and stability and all that kind of stuff. So that way I can have a decent amount of free time to, do fun, relaxing things like run 26 miles and deal with that pain. That was this past weekend. At the time of recording this, anyway, it was. I ran my first marathon ever. I was a little disappointed with myself. I didn't. I set out originally thinking I would try to get it done, try to finish the marathon in under 4 hours was kind of my goal when I set out for it. And my time ended up being 4 hours and 9 minutes and 33 seconds. So I was 9 minutes and 33 seconds off pace from what that goal was. Which, for a first marathon, finishing it all is good, let alone finishing that close to what a lot of people will strive for, as kind of like their lifelong goal. There's many people, if you're not, setting out to try and be, a professional marathoner, then a 4-hour marathon is a really, really good time. So, I've been trying to, since the conclusion of the marathon, not be disappointed with the fact that I was a little slower than what my target time was. Because in the end, it was still a really good. I ran a good race. I did manage to. I finished the whole thing without having to actually stop at any point, except at like water stations and stuff. Like I walked. I had to walk some points because I definitely hit a wall at one point. But I managed to at least, stay strong enough to walk through the wall, even if I couldn't stay, running the whole entire way. And I'm happy about that. Like, when I think about, the goal that I had wanted to do, I wanted to be able to, do it all without stopping, or be able to do it all, without having to walk at all. But once I was actually in it, it's like, it's one of those things where, like, the way I keep describing this, it's a lessons learned type of situation. Because I set out wanting to do it. I set out with a lot of preconceived notions about how it was going to feel, how I was going to feel, how good or bad I was going to do at different points. I started with a lot of thoughts on how that would go. And some of those thoughts, it turned out, were fairly accurate, while others were not. And so, like I say, the way I've been kind of looking at it is, there were a lot of lessons learned, which is good. So that way I can, if I want to do it again, I have a lot of, a lot of better knowledge about the process of training, of preparing, of actually running the race, so that I can have a better go of it next time. Which, as I'm sitting here, it's been less than a week, but already I can kind of tell in myself that I'm gonna run more. I'm gonna do it. I want that 4-hour time. I want to meet that. I want to reach that goal. But for the time being, I'm content with it. I got a shiny medal for it, which was super cool. It's one of the first medals I've ever gotten that like I'm actually genuinely pretty proud of. Like I've gotten plenty of, you know, participant type of medals and badges and ribbons and stuff like that in my life. Um, and like I always kind of had a realistic take on those types of things that like, you know, it's nice. Um, close tablet. Hey, oh, to show me my progress on that stuff. Got it. But yeah, like I've always had kind of a realistic. Right, put it down. Right. Um. Oh, I see. I'm like putting it in a place it can't go. Got it. Okay. Probably because of that thing. What was I saying? I don't remember exactly what I was saying. Just talking about the marathon. Um. But yeah, it was a really good experience, and I definitely want to try again. Um, and I think where a lot of that stems from for me is there are a lot of like I'm someone who needs to have goals that he's pushing towards to be happy. I'm not content to just sort of passively go through my days or go through my life. I need to be working on stuff. I need to have personal goals to try and improve. And they don't have to be necessarily related to anything specific. I just need to have them, and I need to be chasing them if I'm gonna be happy and satisfied with my life. It's just who I am. I've known that about myself. Rotate this. There's gotta be a way to rotate this thing. Um, what? Ah, wheel, mouse wheel. Got it. But yeah, I always need to be chasing goals. And the thing that's kind of fun about marathons and running in general is there are a lot of kind of goals baked into the process of training for a marathon, competing in them, and all that kind of stuff. I mean, you can always be gearing towards, you know, better times. And like think about, you know, if you're at that level, you can think about trying to qualify uh, for like a Boston Marathon or something like that. Um, I don't know that I necessarily care about doing that. Um, but yeah, so there's like a whole bunch of stuff that can be part of the process of training for a marathon, so that it's just kind of a good way to sort of have continual goals about what you're doing. So I definitely think I'm going to be doing more marathons in my life. In fact, I've already started sort of researching what would be some other good marathons for next year. Because at this point in time, I'll need some good recovery after having finished that, you know, my first marathon. Definitely want to have some time to just properly recover and relax and rest, both physically and mentally. Because the fact is, preparing for a marathon is a um, very extensive process that takes a lot of time and energy. So it's like, you know, taking a mental and emotional break from all that is good. Uh, so I'm making sure I actually do that. Because the temptation is absolutely to just be like, well, let's just keep going, let's just keep racing. It's like, no, let's relax a little bit, rest, and let my body recuperate from the trauma that I just put it through. Because make no mistake, like running a marathon is a traumatic thing to do to your body. Like there's, where this doggone thing. Yeah, it's a very harsh thing to do to your body, and though it's like I could conceptually think like, oh well, I'm already trained up, maybe I'll try and do one in like a month. Like no, best to just actually rest, especially after my first one. I don't want to injure myself or, you know, make myself hate the process. So looking at maybe doing one next year or something like that. But for now, we're gonna be resting and doing things like sitting here and playing Power Wash Simulator, cleaning off SpongeBob's pineapple. It's just an absolutely lovely thing to be doing. This is what I mean. Like, this is really gonna test my commentary chops here, because there's not really a whole lot going on here other than systematically cleaning this off. It feels so good though to like make progress in doing this. Can I need to figure out like how I can get in here? Like, how am I supposed to get this stuff? Oh wait, hold on. I know how I can do it. We'll get up top and we'll jump in from the top. I think we should be able to do that in like full Mario platformer here. Yeah, we're gonna get one more just to make sure we got the air time we need. Oops, 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 oops. Clean all these off inside. I feel like this is going to be where the tab function is gonna be handy. Got the scalp of the pineapple all cleaned up. Very nice. I actually do kind of like the detail of it all where they did make it so it's like the inside of the pineapple is a thing that needs to be cleaned too. They could have really easily just kind of copped out on that. The game didn't have to go this hard, but they did, and I'm here for it. BuzzFeed, I would like a job. So freelance article writer. I'll even take just title writer. Feel like I understand the formula well enough that I can kind of willfully, or just at will, come up with whatever titles you guys need. Shouldn't be that hard, right? Number 3 will blow your mind. See, I understand the formula. It's so satisfying. Such a good game. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that a game like this would be as fun and satisfying as, you know? Like, who would have thought that, like, hey, we're gonna make a game that's like, it's a power wash simulator, and so it's basically power washing, only like digital worlds. It's like a coloring book, only you get rid of the shmoo rather than coloring it in. You know, it's like, who would have guessed? Who would have guessed that that would be as amazing as it is? And here we are. This game is definitely one of the more popular games of recent history. How do I get out of here? Oh, it's easy. Oh, you can stand on the side of it. I was I was kind of just screwing around, thinking I would drop down and that'd be the end of it. But hey, I guess I don't know if it'll let me. Clean it all off. I gotta remember that this is kind of one of the tricks too that actually works really well, is to get really close and just be like very like get this level of detail going with your cleaning. That way you're not like leaving those invisible bits of shmoo all over the place. Get it? This is kind of a weird angle. This game kind of creates some weird angles. I think that's one of the beauties of it. I feel like that's one of the reasons why this game is as much fun as it is there are a lot of like imperfections that aren't game breaking, but still kind of make it a little weird and awkward in some ways, but like in endearing ways. Kind of like what I've talked about in the past about how like I kind of miss the days when they couldn't just patch up a game that they thought, like if they thought there was something wrong or unbalanced, you know, they nowadays it's just like it gets patched immediately. That doesn't have to be a bad thing per se, and I get it, but at the same time I miss when like a game was released, like, you know, back in the days of the Nintendo 64 or the GameCube or whatever, you know, even the original Xbox, where it's like the consoles weren't constantly hooked up online and they couldn't just push updates to fix bugs and stuff. So you'd end up with games that had like exploitable weird glitches and stuff, and you could use those as part of the game. Like the example I always talk about is in Halo when you had like the super jumps and stuff, where it's like clearly that wasn't an intention of the game, but just because of the way it was made and programmed, that ended up existing, and it was a thing that you could do, and it was like fun. Like you would, it wasn't a, you know, considered something that was like, oh, it's broken or it's unfair or something. No, like they were actually things that like you could use as part of the game. Like me and my friends, we would play all night long trying to get super jumps to work and stuff like that. And it's like if you got good at them, you could actually use them strategically as part of the game. It's like I miss when games were allowed to be like that. Because I mean, on the one hand, too, you know, everyone complains nowadays about when games get released unfinished. So it's so you know, there's a certain balance to be found with, you know, this wish of mine that things would be a little janky from time to time. You know, balance is key for it all. But it just the moral of the story is there are so many fun things about broken games that I wish weren't quite as much of a dead art as they are now. But like where the conversation started with this game, it's fun because this game kind of has some of that weirdness, and a lot of that comes with like just the way the perspective comes into play with this one, and how you can just kind of like spin in circles to get different angles to clean off whatever thing you're trying to clean, like, you know, or standing on like nothing just because of the way the hitboxes are, the quote unquote hitboxes are balanced and established. Good stuff. It's good stuff, and the upshot of it is just that the game is really fun, and I really like it. I'm glad I'm sitting here playing it right now. Yeah, bit of grief there. Aha. Oh, come on. Slightly better angle. There it is. Got all the leaves. Now the trick is like making sure I can get all of the all of these little panels cleaned up here. See, one of the hard parts about this is like, oh wait, hold on. Tablet we can see here. Panel 35 out of 40. So we've got 35 out of 40 of these cleaned off. And so it's like, oh, good lord. Which ones are still demanding more cleanliness? Aha, here we go. Probably these ones. That window needs a bit more too. There we go, there we go. There, but I didn't look fast enough. Oh, darn it. Probably some of these ones at the bottom too. Okay. Hold on, wait, how many more do I have? Oh, oh, jeez, oh, Pete. One more. Out loud. It's gonna be like some tiny one in a corner or something. Oh, did I see it? I'm like not even looking at where I'm aiming. I'm just kind of trying to scan the pineapple. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, the portal frame. I am on the stool. Oh, there we go. We got it. Okay. Oh, oh, the portal frame again. Okay. That's okay. We'll get that. We'll get it because we have to. No choice. App is all in. Oh, put it down. Wrap out the way. Wish I could move like that thing. Oh, this is probably actually the better tool for here, isn't it? Oh, okay, there's our panel. There it is. Okay, we got all the panels. Okay, do we have, what else do we have on the pineapple house? SpongeBob's house. Portal frame. Portal windows. So we have 2 frames, 1 window. Floor nozzle? Good lord. Okay, alright, that's okay. We can get this. We're gonna get this. Okay, we got the portal frame. That window. Okay, wait, the reef floor nozzle still needs more? Okay. It's kind of bizarre, actually, how subdivided they get some of these things. Like getting the nozzle as opposed to any of the rest of it, too. It's like, good lord. There we go. Is that everything? Wait, didn't we have like one of the windows? Did we get them all? And we got all of SpongeBob's house stuff. Great. Okay. All right, perfect. That's actually perfect timing too, because it's about time to call it a session. So we're gonna go ahead and stop it there, and we'll go get Squidward's house on the next one. So thank you for listening to my tales about my marathon, and me just like, you know, making you listen to all that stuff. But you know, I appreciate you. Love you guys. Glad you were here, and we'll see you next time. So take care of yourselves, and we'll see you soon. Bye now.